that this is our moment. Let's go, man!
We're destined for this. Just give all you got.
We're gonna dominate. We're gonna play together. We're gonna find a way to win this tournament.
Raheem Mostert is taking over.
He having a day.
Keep balling. I love the hell out of you guys. Somebody got to bring the juice, man.
Don't fuck up.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
That's championship swagger. That's championship swagger, dog.
One more. Go, you boy.
Let's go, man.
And welcome everyone to the show that the pros watch. I'm James Brown. We're having fun already.
Yep.
Hey, check this out. Super Bowl 54 is all set, folks, and we offer our congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs and the San Francisco 49ers. They get to the biggest dance of all. We have NFL film supersized highlights of both games coming up, and we will talk about what we learned first. But, check this out. Have you ever, in all of your years in TV, seen somebody on the set take a picture of themselves through the camera?
Oh, Brandon,
I've never seen this before in my life.
What?
I just asked for his address so I can come check on him.
You think something's wrong?
It got to be something wrong,
The
JB.
camera was on him. He looked, he goes, oh, hold it. And he took a picture of himself.
I'm going to send this to my wife.
Something unbelievable.
I'm clean today.
Hey, on a serious note first,
let's
though,
go.
we know that this is the NFL's 100th season.
Yep.
There's no question that the Sable family name is an integral part of all of the success of the NFL. Big props to Steve Sable, Centennial inductee into the Hall of Fame. They are just as much a reason for the success of the NFL as anybody.
And especially our show. The highlights we get
No
here,
question.
shot by NFL Films, second to none, best in the world.
Pete Radovich, perhaps the most decorated producer in the business, said he was nervous when Steve Sable called him into his office because Steve Sable was handing his baby over to Showtime and Pete.
Wow.
No question about it. Oh, they got a shot of Pete.
Oh, there's
he had
Pete.
no choice in
He'll
that.
edit it out.
He'll edit it out. Okay.
Yeah, he definitely going to edit that out.
What did we learn, Ray?
Man, what did I learn? Brandon.
What about
Brandon, the pig segment. Listen to me carefully. Stay with me.
All right.
It's only 2 horses in this race. And that horse ain't in it. That horse is done.
No, not
I got
you.
so many trophies from this big segment, I don't need any more. I mean, I'm being serious.
You can prove that.
Well, they're going
You gotta prove it.
You
I'm not
could
sure. I'm
prove
happy
that.
for you.
You know what?
I hope you win. Because I'm
Really?
Yeah, I'm rooting for
You
Brandon.
feel so strong about that. I hope you.
That's right.
Okay, go ahead, Brandon, because I don't know what else I learned.
What did I,
That's all you were worried about all weekend?
Yes. That's all.
What'd you learn, Brandon?
What did I learn? You know what? I'm Garoppolo. This guy threw it for 8 times in the game.
Right.
Handed off 38 times.
Yeah.
And then everybody's still on television talking about, oh, wow, this is great. Kyle Shanahan, how he formationed everything, and this is awesome. This happened before. 1986 NFC Championship, Giants versus the Redskins. Look at this guy. Phil Simms handed off 39 times. He threw it for 14. Look, he's doing all kinds of things, man.
Right.
Oh, my goodness.
Turning left, turning right.
Oh, the stretch, the zone,
The stretch.
the power
Said it,
running
threw a
game.
pass?
This happened before.
Hey, all I can say is, Ray, I threw it 14 times in the first playoff game. I threw 4 touchdowns. I don't know. I just got it done quick. Okay? I just didn't want to say, why wait?
What
Take
did you
30
learn?
throws.
What did you learn? Tell us what
I
you
learned
learned.
a lot of
You
things.
learned so much, I know.
I did.
My
Hey,
goodness.
first off, you know why Kansas City won?
Tell me.
Because they had Patrick Mahomes. Okay?
absolutely.
Period.
Plain and simple.
Yeah.
7 times he got outside the pocket and scrambled. 7 big completions. The TD run. We'll get into all that stuff later. First off, how about this? You know, I'm not a very good actor, but who am I? So here we are today, and
James
what's
Brown.
your opinion?
JB. Is
Oh,
that
JB. Very big.
Go ahead.
He talked to me once and never even turned. What do you think, Phil?
Was it cold, JB?
It was
It
crazy.
was, I look like a frozen licorice stick out there. There's no question about
Oh, it was
Hey,
great. It was great. But the
great.
last thing I learned, you know, the strength of your team can get you to the playoffs. But your weaknesses always show up in the playoffs, then you get beat. Case in point, Green Bay can't stop the run. Did that get them out of there? Tennessee doesn't have a pass rush. So the farther you go along in the playoffs, the more your weaknesses get exposed, and we got the 2 best teams in the Super Bowl.
All right. You guys are really champing at the bit to get at it, and you will, because there's no weakness on this set at all, at least with you guys. Time for the highlights. We kick off in chilly Kansas City, as the guys just told you.
Yeah,
chilly.
Phil and I have just about thought out. Here's the first half of the Chiefs and the Titans.
I believe that this is our moment. When you get on that field, I need everything you got all game long.
Don't do nothing different. They got some weapons. Cool. This is what we built for. This is what we do, bro.
Hey, this shit right here, dog. Let's do it.
What a day, boys. What a day to do our thing.
Come on. Believe it.
And we're ready to go for the AFC Championship game for the second straight year.
Come on now. Come on now, baby. Come on. Let's go. Let's go, boys. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. What's that?
Derrick Henry had 16 carries for 62 yards in the first half, and Tennessee jumped ahead 10-0.
Let's go. Hey, you guys give a Chris, he's scoring.
Henry in the Wildcat. Keeping, turning the corner, and will go in standing up. Touchdown! Right!
Hey, look him in the eye every play. We're coming at him all day.
For the second straight week, the Chiefs showed how quickly they can cut into a lead.
Flip pass, left it goes, Tyreek Hill. 10-5, Cheetah touchdown! Full on speed, and the Cheetah runs to the end zone.
For nearly a half, the Titans found ways to keep up.
Touchdown! Titans! Dennis Kelly! Woo! Titans 17, Chiefs 7.
Hey, everybody's fast till you punch in the mouth. Everybody fast. They get a little tired.
We gotta cut out the bad ball, eliminate that bull, and play like we know how to play.
It's so cold, you don't want to keep taking your gloves off. So when you're on the sideline, you got the tablet. How do you kind of advance to screen? You do it with your nose.
Isn't there a pen you can use? Like your nose? So I've been using my nose this whole game to swipe this thing. Frank's like, hey, how about you use the pen? Like, oh, you feel like a real jackwagon.
Three-man rush. Now throw left side, caught! Tyreek Hill! Touchdown! Kansas City, the second of the game for the Cheetah. This one a 20-yard bullet.
Patrick Mahomes' second scoring pass pulled the Chiefs within 3. There seems to be nothing the quarterback can't do. And the end of the first half was true Mahomes magic.
23 seconds left, second quarter. Mahomes moving to his left laterally, chased, and gets out of bounds and up the sideline. He's not out of bounds yet. He's at the 10, inside the 10, he dives for the end zone. Touchdown! Kansas City! A remarkable acrobatic scramble on a 27-yard run. Maybe the best play yet of Patrick Mahomes' incredible young career.
Pressure coming. He moves out of the pocket to his left. He tiptoes down the sideline, and then he does a 360, and the will of Patrick Mahomes gets him in the end zone.
And the Chiefs have their first lead of the game at 11 seconds to go in the first half on an amazing run by Patrick Mahomes.
Out of this world! From the second quarter of last week when they scored 7 straight possessions to what's happened right here in this game, down 10-0. This quarterback has played at a level you just don't see very often. That's championship swagger, boy. That's what I like, boy. That's what I like, dog.
We're going to get our chins up here at halftime, okay? We're going to figure out how to win the game, okay? Come on, 30 left. We got 30 minutes. Let's go.
All right, hey, look, I'm not nervous. Here we go. I'm going to lead to this right here. Kansas City leading the Tennessee Titans 21-17 at the half. Let's take a look at some of the offensive plays Kansas City had.
Let me ask you a question. Every time we get to the film room, it's always you two leading it. Offense, defense. I don't like it.
Hey, Brandon, you gotta lower your voice.
I did, yeah. Hey, I did this for you, the offensive plays, okay? First off, let's start off with the Kansas City offense. Watch this play here. It's the Patrick Mahomes scramble for the touchdown. Watch, the big point here is there's going to be 2 double teams. Who are they going to double team real quick, Brandon?
Of course, Kelsey and
Tyreek Hill. Okay, so we see the double teams, 3-man rush. And, Ray, your favorite thing?
Man, that's not my favorite thing unless you do it right.
A spy.
Spy man.
So look, here we go. See the 2 double teams. Nobody is looking at the quarterback. Look at the terrible pass rush lanes. We have one guy looking at him. Take it from there.
This is the problem with football, guys. When you let this guy have the option, oh, I'm going to slide, I'm going to go out, I'm going to this and that.
Oh.
See, that's why you just hit him regardless and just deal with the consequences after the fact.
But really interesting, though, the fact that nobody's looking. Patrick Mahomes is great at this, Brandon.
Yeah,
He sees, if you're not looking at him, he's going to take off and move.
Yeah, he
Let's
is.
go to the next play. This is really good. Right here, we got, this is Tyreek Hill. Usually he's usually inside, and they always double him from the inside.
Yeah.
So what are they going to do? They're going to take McCole Hardman, put him in motion. There he is. Now Tyreek Hill is outside. So what happens? Hardman gets double teamed. Tyreek Hill is singled.
One-on-one.
Look at that. Nobody. Brandon, go ahead.
Let's take it back. This is the amazing thing about football. This is where you spend all your hours during the week just scheming up stuff.
Yeah.
These plays, this formation is going to show up 75% of the passing plays in this game. This formation. With the Kansas City Chiefs and Andy Reid and Eric Bieniemy, what they saw in the first quarter was that 3 was going to be double. So where the matchup was is here. So in the first play, it was Tyreek Hill in here. Now they're putting another guy here, and in the next plays, you'll see another guy.
Watch the release.
This was the matchup.
Look at the release. The
Look at
How about that?
An amazing part about this play is usually the break point is right here.
Yes.
Soon as he won at 5 to 6 yards, he's got to hit it around right away, and this guy put the ball right on.
And look at that throw. That throw was beautiful. Here we go.
Wow.
Here's another thing we got.
I'm getting hyped.
Yeah, I see. That's,
I love
that's
it.
good.
Same formation.
Same formation. Look what we got going. It looks they try to disguise a lot, Tennessee.
That's right.
Again, it's going to be a 3-man rush. Gives the quarterback time, and we got Robertson the spy. So watch what happens. Brandon, talk about this real quick.
Oh, my goodness. You know, before we even don't hit play, stop right here. It's the same formation. This guy's called Robert. This guy's going to come down. If he goes inside, he takes him. This is the same double. They put another receiver, another matchup on that same spot.
Yeah. All right, don't get so excited. It's okay.
Big man
But
wins.
look, he went. Most physical guy wins. Look at that. And look at Mahomes. The extra time. The spy tried to come and get there, but it was too late.
Right.
Watch this. This is Mahomes. He's great. Just keeps floating around. Sammy Watkins wins the physical battle. And on the run, going sideways, the ball traveled how far, Brandon?
50 yards.
50 yards on the nose. That's
My
right.
goodness.
Here we go. Last one,
My
just
goodness.
to show the speed real quick,
Yeah.
of Tyreek Hill. Here he is. Tremaine Brock, number 35, has him. We're going to have him go across the formation. Watch Travis Kelce at the top. There's Tyreek Hill. Oh, I'd love to complete passes like that. He's chasing him. Travis Kelce gets the block. Go ahead, Ray.
Angle?
No.
Bad angle.
No, what?
No, speed just wins.
He took the right angle.
No, it don't matter. Fight, son. Just fight.
That was right in front of us, so I'm watching him and going, man, he's fast. So,
Listen, sometimes.
it was
Big
great.
props,
It was
big
great.
props to Travis Kelce.
Ray, did
That's
you
a
ever
great
spy
block.
a quarterback?
No, we had a different spy kind of technique.
Yeah.
So we didn't necessarily sit back. Our spy did what we call pressure rush, right? So you know how they just bouncing like this?
Yeah.
No, we actually went to the quarterback. You notice that?
Hey, I trust it. Hey, let's go back and watch the second half. It was a lot of good adjustments by the Kansas City Chiefs.
One play at a time. One play at a time. Execute one play at a time. Let's go. Hey, I love you guys, man. I love playing with you. Let's go. Let's enjoy this, right? Enjoy this.
The Titans and the league's highest-rated quarterback, Ryan Tannehill, were under constant pressure. The Chiefs imposed their will and stopped Derrick Henry, who had 3 rushes for 7 yards in the second half.
Yeah! Yeah!
The Titans' offense was stopped dead in its tracks.
Dirty Dan Sorensen just put on a football camp tackle and lights up Ryan Tannehill as he tried to scramble.
Yeah, they couldn't wait for this. They couldn't wait. Yeah, we punched their ass right in the face. Hey, what he said?
Leading by 4, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs could almost taste victory.
Handoff, Damian Williams off tackle, near side, touchdown! Kansas City!
Get some water, boy. We got about 10 minutes.
Keep it rolling. Let's get it. Keep driving it. More.
Andy Reid was less than 8 minutes away from going back to the Super Bowl.
7:54 to go in the game. Chiefs 28, Titans 17. Mahomes has time here. Throws it long. He's got a man in the middle of the field. Watkins. 15, 10, 5, angling left. Touchdown! Kansas City. A 60-yard touchdown. I cannot overemphasize how good this offensive line has been in the playoffs.
Love you. Love you. It's right there, baby. It's right there, baby. It's right there, baby.
Now it's our turn, dog. It's our show now, dog. It's our show now, boy. Let's go! 7 minutes of best football, baby. You got 7 innings? You got 7 innings? Let's go then. We're gonna finish this game, dog. You gonna make a play? You gonna make a play? You gonna make a play? Of course I'm gonna make a play. You gonna make a play? And you gonna make a play. One of us gonna make the biggest play in the history of this franchise. Right now, dog. Right now, dog.
Trailing by 11, 7 minutes ticked down to one last chance for the Titans.
4th and 6 for the Titans from their own 35. They only have 1 timeout remaining. Now they can't get the play call. They're trying to hear it. 2 seconds, 1 second. They snap it just in time to avoid a delay of game. Tannehill under pressure. Still moving to his right. Frank Clark chasing. Knocks it down. Tannehill goes down. Frank Clark, the shark, has just given Kansas City its first trip to the Super Bowl in 50 years.
Let's go!
Excited for you. It's something. It's the start of something great, brother. I'm so excited for you. Deserve it, man.
I'm so mad right now.
Hey, you're gonna be playing in a lot of these, all right? Hey, love you, man. Great way to play, man. Great way to play. Take the quarter. Yes, sir. I appreciate it, man.
Go win the thing.
Sometimes you just come up short against a good team. That's what happened to Tennessee.
Let's go, Lamar Hunt's name's on that trophy. It's been 50 years, man. It's not about me, man. It's about the people of Kansas City. They deserve it way more than us, no doubt.
On three, can we just give it one? How about those cheese? 1, 2, 3. How about those cheese?
And the home of the cheese.
What'd you do with all that money? Singing lessons. Yes, go
And
ahead.
you know what? And I know you guys are historians. 50 years on from now, think about the legends who played for Kansas City.
Wow.
We talk about Willie Lanier, Len Dawson,
Wow.
Bobby Bell. My God. And what was Hank Stram's favorite expression about the ball?
That's it, boys. That's it, boys. We're going to matriculate the ball down the field.
You had a great comment in talking about this Kansas City Chiefs team that they were what?
Well, they have swagger, I guess you would say, but with humility. I mean, I think they handled the whole thing great.
Yeah.
Their actions on the field, you saw it in the highlights there, the way they talk to each other, that they're not worried about the other team. It's a great team they got going on right now.
And I'm loving how you talked about the defensive addition.
Yeah, and let me tell you, like, and I say this to you all the time, Brandon. Leadership is priceless, right? But it's on the field leadership. That's more priceless than anything, right? Because you can have these coaches, they can draw up these schemes, whatever, but I want you to watch what Honey Badger did. I want you to watch his energy on empowering another man.
Yeah.
You're gonna make a play. You're gonna make a play. When you believe in somebody like that, and you in that situation, and you go make that play, right? But I want you to always go all the way back. I want you guys to remember this, right? Last year we watched Pat Mahomes make a mistake against Tom Brady in the AFC Championship, right? He went for the long ball, running back down the seam. He missed it. They down to the Texans. He took that same route and minimized it. And came back and threw an angle route.
That's right.
Right? So it's those small things that you have to make, those adjustments.
You learn from those lessons.
But you learn from those lessons. So I'm telling you, the Kansas City Chiefs, on what the maturity of Pat Mahomes and what he's built around that from an offensive perspective, but what Honey Badger has brought to that team is a confidence in each other.
Yeah,
I
because
heard you talk a couple things. You mentioned football intelligence, but you also talked about Andy Reid.
Coach Andy Reid, I'm going to be honest with you guys. When I'm watching this game, I'm thinking about what I said last week.
Which was?
Bill O'Brien. Remember I said Bill O'Brien need to fire himself. Then I'm looking at Andy Reid, and I'm thinking about this in the first quarter. I'm like, all right, let me write my points down. And I'm like, he needs to be gone. 21 seasons as a head coach, 15 playoff appearances.
Well, you don't have to say
and this is his second Super Bowl appearance. I had to retract that. I'm glad that it turned around.
But
I knew you guys were going to look
Let me just say, we always talk about adjustments that's said on TV all the time, and, is it real? And it is real. The Kansas City Chiefs came out in the second half. We forget Derrick Henry was running the ball pretty well in that first half over that left side. Well, Chris Jones was hurt, so they said, let's put that big guy in there all the time. So the very first series, he 2 times stops the run, and then he makes Tannehill throw the ball before he's ready. Quick screen, whatever. And it made a difference.
Hold on, let me ask you guys about the Tennessee Titans. I certainly want to give them credit for what they did as a 6th seed to get to where and would do what they did. Is this team built for the long haul, or is this it?
This is just me. I think when you have those runs, right, they lose Dean Pease after 40-plus
It's over. Just say it's over.
I'm not going to do that. You're the only one fire pitcher. I'm going to give everybody a chance here, right? I just think what they have, what they put together, It's special. It's special. And I think they were supposed to finish that. They were supposed to finish that, JB. Some years, when you got the perfect team, you're supposed to finish it. And I think this offseason, I think it confused.
But they ran into a buzzsaw, though.
Who they ran into a buzzsaw? Boy, the lead of that is Pat Mahomes. My goodness.
Phil, you talked about the adjustments they made on the defensive side, and that's why they, the second half was different for them. But what about the offensive side? The last 2 weeks, how many drop balls do we have from the tight end position, the wide receiver position? If they go into the Super Bowl this way, there's no way if they start slow that they'll win this game. No way. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's nerves. I don't know if it's the cold. I don't know if it's the elements. But they look like a different team in the first quarter. The last 2 weeks.
Well, I want to say this. I think the Tennessee Titans are here for real. Mike Vrabel's got the team. They believe in what he does. I think they'll re-sign Derrick Henry, Ryan Tannehill. They got a very good offensive line. You know what they're missing to me? That Cameron Wake got hurt. If he doesn't get hurt, that's a big difference. They need a pass rusher to affect the quarterback a little more. They couldn't affect Patrick Mahomes. I think it was the biggest reason why they lost.
Hey, a salute to Mike Vrabel. Outstanding job. Hey, folks, back to the highlights, and we switch to the NFC side of the bracket where Green Bay had absolutely no answer for San Francisco's running game, and Ray would also say for the talent on the defensive side of the ball first. Here is the first half highlights of the Niners and the Packers.
Brandon, you got to stop firing people.
Man, you guys don't think the Tennessee Titans are going to be a contender again?
Phil said that.
Here in the NFC, the #1 seed and the #2 seed meeting for the championship.
You want to party with the Lombardi? Well, you got to beat the team that Vince coached to the first 2 Super Bowls.
Hey, everything you've done from the start all the way up to now has been for this point. Yes, sir. Now just rip this thing up. Yes, sir. I love you and I'm proud of you. Yes, sir. Love you. All right.
60 minutes away from a life-changing opportunity, and everybody on this field knows it.
Go do what we do, boys.
The 49ers play power football even when they pass.
Caught wide open. Deebo Samuel.
You are not going to tackle Deebo Samuel with one arm.
Had he been able to keep his balance, he may have gone the whole way.
If anyone looked off balance, it was the Packers.
They're down and 8 on the 36-yard line. Posted off the left side, breaks a tackle. 25, 20, 10, 5, touchdown!
Wow,
36-yard run and opened up wide on the gun run.
Let's win right here. Let's win right here.
Now here comes the gold rush. Bosa's got him, and he'll sack him back inside the 30-yard line.
Hey, on our shoulders. Huh? It's on our shoulders. Come on, let's go. Let's go.
The success of the 49ers ground game begins up front.
George Kittle is the best tight end of the league, folks. Why? Because he's one of the best blocking tight ends in the history of the game.
He almost took B.J. Goodson out of bounds.
The running back who benefited the most from San Francisco's superb blocking had been cut by 6 NFL teams, Raheem Mostert.
They give it to Mostert off the left side, gets wide. A stiff arm on Martinez, down the sideline. Raheem Mostert does it again. Touchdown!
Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it.
The 49ers are all over the Green Bay Packers.
They bring Deebo Samuel in a jet motion to be a lead blocker. He gets just enough on Savage. And then Raheem Mostert, forget about it. When he puts his foot on the gas pedal, he will not be denied.
Great blocks. Great blocking. Hey, Joe. Great blocking.
The 49ers had the Packers out of sorts.
Rodgers fumbled the ball. Buckner's got it. Aaron Rodgers just dropped the center snap from Corey Linsley. 49ers take over.
More mistakes followed.
Throw intercepted by Emmanuel Mosley.
If it could go wrong, it has gone wrong in this first half for the Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers, there was nobody in his face. He just unloaded it. Very inaccurate throw behind the wide receiver.
We don't even have to catch. We don't even have to catch. We ain't got to do nothing. We got to run. Hey, I'm about to start manhandling their ass in this run right now, bro. I'm about to start having fun with it.
Garoppolo going to hand off to Mostert, a cutback run. 10, 5, touchdown!
That it was clear sailing, and this is depressing.
Yep.
This is depressing.
Folks, we got a whole second half to play here. And it's 27-0.
Raheem Mostert has the hat trick in the first half.
This is the man right here. This is the man right here. Get the close up on the man. Say hello to mom. Say hello to mom, damn it.
Hi.
Yeah, wave to the camera. 27-0 at half. I'd be waving too.
Man, if
How about those old
if somebody laughing at me at 27-0 in halftime, something else gonna go down.
Well, that's it. I don't know what to tell you. And what was the story of the game? You know, there's Tevin Coleman, the starting running back for the 49ers out. But who comes in? Raheem Mostert. The running game just keeps on going.
7 teams.
7 different teams.
7 different teams. How about that? It just shows you if you got a coach that can put you in the right system, it can work. Let's take a look at look at this first play. Watch the left tackle and the right guard, what they do for the San Francisco 49ers. Left tackle, right guard. Here we go. This is 3rd and 8,
This
Ray.
is how they draw it up in the boardroom, right? They say this guy blocks this guy blocks this guy. You have to communicate. You have to communicate. There's not one person looked at each other one time.
Keep it right there.
This is how it draws up, right? Influence block. Nobody's blocking him. He's outside.
He's going to rush the passer.
Anytime you got 2 men outside, he's caved inside. Your backer's not over the top. Guys, this is how they draw it up on the board.
You know what's you know, when I'm watching this play unfold, I'm sitting there, and these are the plays as a wide receiver. I'm sitting in the huddle, and it's 3rd and 8. I'm looking at my chalk.
We're
I'm
running
getting
a
the ball.
trap?
I said, well, yeah, we're running a trap. What are we doing? Are we trying to get to the Super Bowl?
Next play, really good. Common theme again.
I'm telling you, man, anytime you sit here and you got this, and you have every read, all the read says the ball is coming this way.
Well, yeah.
Guys,
look what they're doing. They got the fullback, the tight
absolutely.
end.
Everything's coming this way. And not one, nobody identified to say, ball coming this way. I usually say rabbit, right? Which is run.
So watch the play.
Watch
Here
the
we
play,
go.
B.
A lot of people are talking about, well, how do they run the ball so efficiently? It's because in this offense, when they run zone, it's all about the edge. If you have a tight end like Kittle that can secure the edge, you can run this play every time.
And Kyle Juszczyk, and they got mobile offensive linemen, which really help. Here we go. Let's look at the next play real quick. This one, we got to watch the left guard Tomlinson again,
1,
and
2,
George
3,
Kittle.
4, 5, 6.
Here we go.
6 people on one side of the defense.
Got the same look that we saw the touchdown. Let it go.
No, hold on.
Go ahead.
2009, I'm playing against San Diego Chargers. I had watched this play too many times. This guy, anytime you see this rundown, when big linemen lean like that, Brandon, they leaning for a reason. Because they want to open up and come right in that corner. They want to get right in the corner, Brandon. When they try to get right in the corner, I'm saying, oh, boy.
Rabbit.
Yes, sir.
Rabbit.
Watch the blocks. Watch George Kittle's. He fakes, sits up the block again. We got it outside. Hits the hole. That's the great thing about the 49er running backs. It doesn't matter who it is. They see a hole in that defensive line, they go. Now let's look at the next play. If you want to play in this offense as a wide receiver,
you got to block.
You got to block.
Watch block.
Deebo Samuel's on the outside coming across. Just watch the play. Once again, it's speed.
All I'm saying is, I get it.
Watch.
But
Watch
we've watched
51.
5 plays, and nobody's communicated yet.
right.
B.
Boom.
That's right.
Somebody got to say something.
We're doing this
This
to
is
show
bad.
the wide receiver.
Yeah.
Brandon, watch the wide receiver block. Did you do this?
You said it right, 100%. You got to take pride, especially in this offense. If you're a wide receiver in the Shanahan's office, Mike Shanahan, Kyle Shanahan, you better be blocking.
Yeah.
You have to.
All right, good job. Nice job. The middle linebackers, man, you got to straighten them out. That was rough. All right, let's go back and watch the second half of the 49er game. Down 27-0. Can the Green Bay Packers find a way to do anything?
Brandon, when you see that hip,
see
that hip open
Boy,
up.
you still got that mobility.
Yes, sir. That's that yoga.
Let's go, A-Rod. Let's go. Take 30 minutes, man. 30 minutes.
Green Bay opening drive, second half. Here's the snap, a dump pass right side. Aaron Jones accelerates to the end zone for the touchdown.
Let's go!
The Packers finally on the board.
Hey, it's the drive right here, man. We got to go finish.
Running a 5-yard out route, 85 versus their guy. He's going to go inside and break out. He won't let him out. Watch.
Green Bay broke up the shutout, but San Francisco was still in control.
Redmond just held him the whole way.
2 flags came down.
The 49ers threw just 8 passes. That was all they needed behind Raheem Mostert's historic day.
They're going to run it again. Wide stretch run to Mostert. Gets the edge left. Cuts back inside. Raheem Mostert has 4 rushing touchdowns and the most yards rushing in a playoff game in 49er history.
Only player in NFL history with 200-plus rushing yards and 4+ rushing TDs in a playoff game. Oh, my gosh.
If I would have told you Kittle would have had 0 targets and we still had 34, you would have said, get out of here.
Aaron Rodgers wasn't going anywhere yet. With the Super Bowl at stake, he completed almost 80% of his passes for 326 yards.
Jimmy Graham at the 10 to the 5. Jimmy Graham just short of the goal line, so the Packers now have to punch it in here. Give Aaron Jones burrows his way to the end zone for the touchdown. Rodgers takes the snap, looking for Devontae. Pump fakes once. Now again, rolls right, does Rodgers. Rodgers on the run, throws the end zone. Touchdown to the back line. Jay Sternberger with his first touchdown.
Good ball, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
Good job, Aaron. Hey, Aaron. Hell of a throw.
Hey, we got to make a play.
And it is Richard Sherman going over to match up with Davante Adams. They need the miracle of miracles. Of course, Aaron Rodgers is the greatest Hail Mary thrower in the history of football. He's going to throw a bomb down the field for Davante Adams. It is intercepted by Richard Sherman. And the 49ers win the NFC Championship game to go to the Super Bowl.
Damn, boy. Would have been nice, I swear. Ooh. Go to Super Bowl. Oh, but we'll be back.
Love you, big dog. I left it all out there, bro. I left it all out there. No regrets at all. It just sucked. One game away, it's like you dream of it as a little kid.
get it, bro. We got one more game, man. Gotta go handle business. One more.
Let's go get this thing.
Feel super, baby! The five-time Super Bowl champions are going back to Miami, where they have won 2 Super Bowls, and they're looking for number 6.
Let's start filling up that other hand.
National Football Conference trophy, you deserve it.
You give it to him.
Congratulations, 49ers. Super Bowl bound 54. We'll see you in Miami. We're going to Miami. We're going to Miami.
Hey guys, we worked all year to get to this spot right here, man. We knew we had to earn this for the next one. This feels good. But you guys know this isn't the one we set out to get, right? Yes, sir. All right, we didn't set out to get this one.
Hey, you know what? Flat out remarkable to see a team make that turnaround from 4-12 the last season. They are now headed to Super Bowl 54. By the way, the 99 Rams did that when they beat Tennessee in the Super Bowl. Boomer Esiason's 88 Bengals losing to the 49ers. Kyle Shanahan and what he did. That reminds me of you of watching footage. Were you surprised to see he was on top of that?
No, absolutely not. Look, at this stage of the season, right? There's nothing you don't know, right, about your opponent.
Shouldn't, anyway,
right, at this time. But to know that was going to happen exactly then, that's why I tell you all the time, right? The excitement of when you see something coming and you're like, oh, they're finna run the same.
Yeah, what did he say? He said, watch 85. He's going to go inside for 5 yards, come out, and he's not going to let him out.
Yeah.
Flag.
Flag.
That was a big play.
Yeah.
That was a big play.
Yeah, absolutely.
You talk about Kyle Shanahan. It is about running the football. I heard Joe Thomas, who played for him in Cleveland. He's the left tackle, been there forever, and he's heard all the speeches. Kyle Shanahan comes in and goes, look, I can design 1,000 pass plays, everybody can. But we're going to run the ball everywhere, every inch of the field, we're going to run the ball. So offensive linemen right away get excited about it because they know the running back is going to do the right thing if they just do their job a little bit.
What Kyle Shanahan has made the biggest difference on this football team is the mentality on how you win football games. When you think about the fourth quarter, when you think about the postseason and getting into who's the most physical teams in the postseason right now, right? It always is that way. So he had to go through a hard lesson to losing that chip just by not running the ball.
Brandon, let me ask you, does it grate you as much as it does me to hear critics after the game? Well, Garoppolo wasn't that much involved. Why did he need to be involved with the way they were dominating?
285 yards, rushing.
Huh? Exactly. But folks would Phil didn't throw it that many times, but they won that Super Bowl. Does that bother you?
Correct. And you were, what, Super Bowl MVP?
Absolutely. Yeah, well, we threw it in the Super Bowl, but the first 2 playoff games.
My point is, you want to get there. When you work so hard in the offseason to get that opportunity. And the reality is, I never experienced that, right? Like, I understand that anguish of the guys who fought so hard and they lose the game and now they're in tears and they're just upset. Because you fight hard to get there. And when you get to that point, it doesn't matter about stats. It doesn't matter about who gets what. It's, man, we do this together. So if a quarterback, if he throws it 8 times, if he throws it 14 times, it doesn't matter. You just want to win the Super Bowl.
If Garoppolo is called on more in the Super Bowl, is he capable of delivering?
Well, we'll find out. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, he's going to get it done, because I really haven't seen enough evidence through the year. They had a couple games where he came back, had big passing games. But, you know,
that's not their formula.
They're not a drop-back passing team. They're a play-action, run the football. But 4-12, that's the big thing. Why did they do it? How'd they do it? Well, they were a little lucky. One, they had tons of injuries, the year before. Tons. The quarterback was hurt. He was out the whole year. They lost many close games. So think what that 4-12 did. They get to pick the second guy in the draft. Oh, it's Nick Bosa. What has he done for that football team? They got Dee Ford, Quan Alexander.
Real quick closing thought. You talked about the running game. Raheem Mostert, cut 7 times, whatever it takes to fire yourself up, right?
Listen, it doesn't matter where you start. It's always where you finish. Guys, I teach that mantra to my kids all the time. Stop complaining about, oh, coach don't want to play me. This is when your opportunity comes,
take advantage.
Make sure you're prepared. And what I want to make sure you're prepared for is touch my back so you can feel what a champion feels like.
Well, Super Bowl 54 will certainly hog the spotlight for the next 2 weeks. But behind the scenes, check this out. There is another key event at hand for the National Football League. That will be reaching a new CBA, collective bargaining agreement with the Players Union. Here's our insider, Judy Batista, with CBA Talks 101.
Nearly a decade has passed since the last collective bargaining agreement. It's been so long, the Patriots aren't even in the Super Bowl anymore. CBA talks are never a fun occasion, but the good news this time around, the NFL and the Players Union are talking a lot. Myriad issues are being discussed during the negotiations. Only a handful of significant ones will cement or sink the CBA talks. Since the last agreement, the owners have been pushing for more regular season games. 18 games was the initial pitch. Now, the focus is 17 games, a likely reduction of the preseason to 3 games, and the possible addition of another bye week for every team. The longer schedule would probably begin in several years. In return, player contracts could change, perhaps allowing young players to get to free agency sooner and driving more money to veteran, middle-tier players who have lost out in the current deal. NBA-style guaranteed contracts, though, remain extremely unlikely. And adding a wild card team and another playoff game will almost certainly be part of the new deal. More games means more concern about player safety.
We know that this is a game where the injury rate is 100%.
In the 2011 agreement, the players want a reduction in required off-season workouts and fewer contact days during the season itself. Coaches have grumbled, but a walk back on player safety-related rules is highly unlikely. In fact, the Players Association could seek stricter penalties for violations of the concussion protocol.
He has now gone to the locker room.
In the aftermath of Ray Rice, Deflategate, Kareem Hunt, and several other less celebrated discipline controversies, the union could seek to limit the power of the commissioner to serve as court, judge, and jury. Those cases draw headlines, but discipline issues affect very few players. So don't expect the union to let this issue imperil an overall deal. The current drug policy will almost certainly be tweaked, with marijuana increasingly legal in many states, particularly for medical use. The league could adjust its testing and penalty procedure. Players will seek expanded health care benefits for current and retired players. Owners want more stadium credits, the money they want to take off the top of the revenue pool before it is shared with players to pay for stadium construction and renovation. But what holds true in most negotiations? The bottom line is the bottom line. The biggest issue, as always, is the revenue split. NFL revenues are around $15 billion a year and growing. The current CBA provides players 47% of the revenue. The union wants a bigger slice, but first the two sides must determine what money is part of the pie that will be divided. At stake is football without interruption when the current deal expires at the end of the 2020 season, and the prospect of even greater riches for everyone. After all, as soon as the CBA is finished, the NFL will begin negotiating lucrative new television contracts.
You know what, and Judy Batista, our senior writer with NFL.com, joins us now. As Pete Radovich mentioned, you took a complicated subject matter there and made it very simple, so that's awfully good. But anytime you talk about negotiations, there's a specter of a player's strike. No concern about that?
No real concern about certainly a strike or a lockout. They still have another year left on the existing deal, but there's a lot of optimism. They've been talking a lot since the fall, and there's a lot of optimism they could even get something done by this March, which is the start of the final league year that's under the existing deal.
Well, you know what that tells me? There is a lot of money out there.
and nobody wants to lose it.
That's right. But, you know, so many things you just said. The first one that jumped out to me, health care. What do they mean by health care? Is that for, of course, when you retire?
They want to improve benefits for current players and retired players. Obviously, that all goes hand in hand with the 17 games raises the question of, well, if you're going to play more games, that leads to more concern about player safety. So they want to improve the benefits.
When you're talking about 17 games, how concerned are you really with player safety.
It's not enough money in the world. It's not enough money in the world to continue to add these games. Let me put things in perspective.
Let me just interrupt you. Does it make a difference to you if they add another bye week?
No, it doesn't.
You'd
No,
have
let me
two
tell you
bye
why.
weeks. And if they increase the number of roster spots.
Let me tell you why it doesn't matter. There's an argument that 16 games is too much.
Yeah.
Right? When I was playing for the New York Giants, I tore my ankle week 6, and I stayed there into rehab. Week 11, I remember sitting in there and thinking, like, oh my gosh, how are these guys still doing this? Seeing Damian Snack Harris put on his pads, tape up his elbow, tape up his knee, tape up his ankle, wear a back brace, and you're seeing guy after guy with all this equipment on. We're not talking about shoulder pads and helmets, but guys literally taping themselves together to go to practice. And I said, I can't see how these guys are doing that. And I did it for 11 years before that. So expanding the games to 17, yes, it's great for money. But to Ray's point, you got to put the players first. And I think this is to me, it should be a deal breaker.
So Judy, let me just put a tag on this then. Will there be an increase in roster size to accommodate the extended season?
That's something they're going to negotiate, in addition to changes in practice schedules, things like that, and changes in player contracts. Another thing that they could throw out to the players' union is, do you change the structure of the contract to maybe allow guys to get to free agency sooner, drive more money to more
Judy,
middle-tier players?
I promise you, I totally understand what you're saying. But take a player like Luke Kuechly, right?
Hold on, before you go into this, remember, Judy's just reporting it. She ain't
I had to go there. I need you to feel that it's serious. No, but I'm saying, like you take these young players who's retiring early, right, because of whether it's brain damage or just the physical side of what their bodies are going through. And now you're saying add more. It doesn't matter if you add the roster, if you add more people to the roster, JB. A linebacker hitting a running back, a linebacker hitting a lineman, it'll never change. And you know what? Most of the time, it's not on game day. It's in practice.
So if you were a current player now, you would vote against a deal that had 17 games, even if it drove up the amount of money that players would get.
It's not about money. It's about, look at Luke Kuechly. This is a prime example. We got Luke Kuechly, who just walked away from the game, one of the game's best linebackers. After 8 seasons, he walks away. I hear Phil talking about this all the time. Like, you can literally pull his film, and you can see him never putting his head into a tackle. Why? Because this game is serious. Now it is cleaner. I disagree with you. I do believe in the player safety rules, taking the helmet out the game. I know it's tough for you guys, but it is making the game safer.
Hold on. Let me ask Phil then. So you feel their passion. What do you think about the extended season and an extended roster?
Well, I took a lot of heat about this over the summer. I said, look, it's coming. And, you know, there's nothing's going to stop it. Because why? Yes, all these things you're saying about player safety, all true and everything. Getting the extra bye week. I played with an extra bye week maybe 1 or 2 years. It was great. Like another week off. But the bottom line is, players are there, and to get an extra paycheck means a lot to most of the guys out there. You know, for the stars, they don't care.
But if you
let the players vote on it, they will vote to play the extra game for the money that's going to be involved.
For this league to make that much money, and for legends to be broke and don't have mental health and don't have those issues, and you want to extend that?
I do think that their feeling is the way to drive up revenue that they then
it's about money.
Right. That they then split with the players.
You said it's a joke.
Is adding games.
Hold on. Here's something that happened that I think is unfair. The 17 games, I'm not a fan of. But the extra playoff game, you guys wait until I'm done playing football to add an extra playoff game. You know how many games that I've been in, like the last week of the season? If you win, you're in, right? Just right there on the verge of making the playoffs. And now we're talking about adding a playoff game.
Brandon, come here. You need a hug.
I do need a hug. I do need a hug.
It's okay.
Y'all should have added that.
No, it's okay, Brandon. Brandon, calm down. Calm down, Brandon. Calm down,
13 years, never made the playoffs.
Judy Batista did her best to present it. I love Brandon saying, Ray, keep in mind, Judy is just presenting the information. Judy, thank you as always. You do an excellent job. Hey, folks, the CBA Talks are something that we will continue to to follow closely, as Brandon and Ray have indicated. But for now, we turn back to the part of football that Phil certainly loves, the action on the field. Courtesy of NFL Films, here's a season recap of how the Niners and the Chiefs made it all the way to Super Bowl 54.
Can Mahomes repeat what he did in 2018 when he was the NFL MVP?
All we need is what's in this white and red today. When we hit this field, we do what we do. Yes. We dominate.
Deep drop this time. Mahomes swings it right side, wide open. Sammy Watkins again. It's a Sammy Watkins palooza.
Let's go, man! Yeah!
2019 season, and we are underway. 30 breaks a tackle. He's gone!
Fourth down, less than a yard, and Mahomes sneaks it. Mahomes may be hurt as all of the Chiefs' kingdom holds its breath. As Moore is under center this time. Goes a corner pattern right, caught at the 30-yard line. Touchdown!
Kittle, they can't tackle him.
Oh,
he ran right through their whole team. Fumbled the ball. The 49ers have got the ball. 6-0.
Bro, the Kansas City Chiefs have done what some thought was not possible.
Good luck to all the rest of this year, man. Good luck to all this. Great game, man.
75 touchdown passes in just 30 career games. The best in National Football League history.
I think I'm a snow game guy.
Just running all over them.
Run it again! Run it again!
This young football team is growing up right before our eyes.
One play at a time, do something special.
50 seconds remaining in the first half. Mahomes sprints out to the left side. He's holding it. He's going to try to hold it, throws it. It's caught, touchdown! The Chiefs take the lead.
Let's go, what? Let's go.
And the 49ers.
Raheem go run for 300.
Touchdown!
House call from Raheem Mostert.
And the 49ers are going to win the NFC Championship game and go to the Super Bowl.
Flip pass, left it goes, Tyreek Hill. 10-5, Cheetah touchdown! Kansas City is the AFC champion.
Hey, for football fans, I'm sure that was some serious eye candy as we look forward now to Super Bowl 54 with, of course, the San Francisco 49ers and the Kansas City Chiefs. These guys here, they can talk football all day long, as you saw during their film session. They will have their dream next week.
We're going to do some examples, go out and demonstrate. Ray's going to show how to tackle properly. Brandon's going to be the dummy. So I'm
No, you Mahomes or
If
Garoppolo.
it's one person, I'm asking Pete and Steven, can I hear you?
Ho, Scotty, I'm sorry. What? Pete, are you serious? Breaking news. The last show of the season, right after the Super Bowl. The breaking news is that pull-up bar will be out here. Phil, it is talked about that Phil not only will do the pull-ups, but Ray, he might even do it shirtless. He will have his shirt
Put your
off.
arm down.
Whoa, hey, you looking forward to that?
What shirt off?
His shirt off.
I'll give you my last week check if you take off your shirt.
What's your last week's check?
A lot of money.
My shirt is
Ray?
off.
All right, bet.
Wait, hold it. I want that check
On
I'll
camera.
take my shirt off.
Phil, you're
right,
not
perfect.
pulling your shirt off.
Perfect.
Now that I'm on this show.
Man, what do you
Yes,
think?
it is.
Ain't nobody watching our show and you pull up your shirt.
You're going to be
Hey,
shocked when you see
Look,
me.
That's the
Don't
point.
tell me that these guys aren't still competitive. Look at them doing that.
Bring that check.
That's my thank you for watching. Join us next week. There he is as we set the stage for Super Bowl 54. We are looking forward to it. We'll see you next week right here on Showtime.
How you doing?
Ever pull your shirt off on this
How you doing?
What are you talking about?
No, Lord. Phil, don't do that.
Hey, Phil. Talk to him, Phil. Pull that man right.